What is propaganda? Propaganda is a set of strategies that is designed for persuasion. It can be used to convince people to buy a product, to believe an idea, or to support a decision. It is important to note that propaganda can not only be used in politics. It can also be an exaggeration of a stereotype or a commonly known fact to manipulate the public opinion. There are many ways to change the mind of people, but I will outline only some of them. Let's dive in.
So what are the common types of propaganda? Name-calling. The name-calling technique is very literal. Propaganda that utilizes this technique uses insults to call out a perceived deficit of the competition or the opposing side. This name-calling can resort to the use of stereotypes and slurs. As an example, we can use the Russian television propagandists now, calling the Ukrainian people neo-Nazis and so on. The second type is transfer. The technique of transfer involves in transferring the positive or negative value of something onto a person, a product, or cause of association. For example, a business owner could seem more trustworthy or respectable because they stand in front of the national flag in their commercial. The third type is testimonial. Testimonials are hosted by a celebrity or generally respected person for a product, person, or cause. This technique is commonly used as a persuasive device in advertising. Say you are looking to find a high-quality toothpaste and 4 of the 5 dentists recommend a specific brand. So basically, almost all of the companies use this technique in marketing for advertisements. You would be more likely to spend money on the brand because someone who ostensibly knows more about the product that you're going to buy than you will probably use it. And the fourth type is bandwagon. The bandwagon technique encourages people to join up with others or take part in something because everybody else is doing it, without critically thinking about why should they involve themselves in a party or any other organization. It additionally plays on our fear of missing out on something others are enjoying and we are not. It was used in American posters that were created to make an American nation to vote on presidential elections.
Propaganda is not a dying art though. It is still very present and a very useful tool today. Although we don't see as much in those physical posters of old, it's still very present and can be seen across social media. For example, some of the people who believe that the fake news movement was a somewhat clever form of propaganda, because it did stir and continues to spread a lot of hatred and can even push to political changes.
Health propaganda exists too. Propaganda isn't always used during wars and political battles. In fact, more recently during the COVID-19 global pandemic, propaganda was a useful tool in encouraging people to stay home, stay distant from one another, wash their hands, wear masks, and each do their part to limit the effects and reach of the disease.
Speaking of health, propaganda is mostly a psychological move. It is emotionally manipulative, and it can be used to make people angry, upset, excited, or even guilty. For example, in wartime, many campaigns were made as people weren't doing enough for them to encourage and get back to their countries. Recently, propaganda has become very sophisticated. Politicians and marketers work with intelligence agencies and psychologists using the latest research and technologies to penetrate the minds of consumers. It is really difficult right now to separate the truth from the lies. So it is important to maintain the information hygiene and check the sources, the veracity of the information that you're looking. This has become especially important for the last 2 years when you can no longer trust anything that you see on the internet. Thank you for watching, and be aware, anyone can be a victim of propaganda. Stay safe.